Alright, so today we're talking about solving proportions. So what are they, and then how can you solve them? So as a warm-up, we're going to do a rates equation like we did in the last video. So the question is, how many miles per hour is a bird flying if it travels 23 feet per second? So if we do 23 feet for 1 second to start off with, we want to convert the seconds to hours and then the feet to miles. So again, it doesn't matter which one you do first, just pick one. I'm going to do the feet per miles first. So there's 5,280 feet for 1 mile, and that's my conversion. So the feet cancel, and we're just left with miles. From that, we want to convert seconds into hours. So there's 60 seconds in 1 minute. You can cancel those. And then there's 60 minutes in 1 hour. So now we're left with hours and miles, and that's what we wanted. So multiply it all the way across the top, and you'll get 82,800, and then divide by multiplying across the bottom, so divide by 5,280, and you'll get 15.6 miles per hour. That's how fast the bird is flying. All right, so here, Cup Food has specials on donuts. 18 donuts cost about $12. We want to figure out how many donuts can Mr. Lucan buy with $18. So first we want to figure out how much does each donut cost, and then we can figure out how many total you can get with $18. So we're going to take $12, divide by how many donuts you can get, and this will give us that each donut costs 67 cents. So per donut. Now we know that you have $18, so if you do $18, we can then divide by our 67 cents, and that will give you that you'll have 27 donuts. Next one. So Verizon charges $60 for 12 gigabytes of data per month. You want to change your data plan to 20 gigabytes, but you want to figure out how much is that actually going to cost you. So same idea here, we need to figure out what's the price for 1 gigabyte first, and then multiply by 20 to figure out how much it's going to cost for 20. So you take $60 divided by your 12 gigabytes, you'll end up getting that it's $5 per gigabyte, or gig. Well, we want 20, so I'm going to take this 5 and multiply by 20, and then you end up getting that you're going to pay $100 for 20 gigabytes of data. Not really that good a deal, but there you go. All right, so proportions. Proportions is an equation containing two fractions that are equal to each other. So we could have used proportions in the last two questions, but we didn't. We just kind of stopped through it, but I'll show you how to use them now. So you solve proportions with cross products. So in a proportion, the cross products are equal. Cross products are just multiplying diagonally. So some examples. Here we have two proportions. We're going to solve them with the cross products. So that's what it means is we're going to multiply diagonally. So I'm going to multiply like this, and you get 30D. And then multiply diagonally like this, and you'll get 240. And now we can solve by dividing by 30, and dividing by 30, and D equals 8. Same idea with this next one. We're going to multiply across. So we'll get 5 times B plus 3 equals 4 times B minus 8. Now to solve, you want to distribute these into our parentheses. So you'll get 5B plus 15 equals 4B minus 32. I'm going to subtract the 4B, and you get B plus 15 equals negative 32. Subtract 15, and you get B equals negative 47. And that's your answer. So solving proportions, first step, cross multiply, and then after that, you're going to solve like we've done all of our other ones before. So, word problem. Here it takes 25 seconds for Netflix to load your favorite 30-minute TV show. How long will it take to load a movie that's an hour and 40 minutes? So we want everything to be in the same units first. So an hour is the same as 60 minutes plus our 40 minutes. So we have a total of 100 minutes for this next one. But I'm going to make a proportion. So we know it takes 25 seconds for the first video to load 30 minutes. That then has to be equal to loading 100 minutes with some amount of seconds. We don't know what that seconds are. Like, we're going to figure that out. So then we can cross multiply to solve. We get 30x, and then multiply this way equals 2500. Divide by 30. And then x is going to be 83.3 seconds. This is some fast internet loading over an hour and look, a little over a minute. All right, last one. Mr. Lucan can drive his truck 300 miles on 16 gallons of gas. So how many gallons does it take for him to drive to Roseville and back to his house every day if it's 54 miles there? So again, we're going to do another proportion. So every 300 miles is going to be 16 gallons of gas. For these, as a note, you could put the 16 on top and put the miles on the bottom. It doesn't matter as long as you're consistent. So then we know he's going 54 miles here. We're trying to figure out how many gallons he's using. So multiply across, you'll get 864 equals 300x. Divide by 300. Then you get that x equals 2.88 gallons. So every trip to and back from Roseville was 2.88 gallons for Mr. Lucan. And then you want to go on to Math Excel and work on the 2.7 homework.